Did he mention like where he sees the next Amazon being built? Like where's the next place that traffic is getting big?
Yeah, he mentioned he is like there is room in like Amazon Japan and Amazon like he's like there is
Just
room in
international,
foreign
basically.
countries.
Yeah.
Because he's like 60% of our business is US, 12% is Canada, number 2 in US, number 1 in Canada.
Wow.
And he's also like
for betting now, he's actually number 1. And they don't even run ads because they just still show up in the top row.
Yeah. And like, there's so many reviews. Like if I saw these things, I'd be like, who should I get? This guy's a little bit more expensive and has 400 reviews, or this guy who has 200,000 reviews. Like, of course I'm gonna get the, it's orders of magnitude higher and cheaper.
Yeah.
And so if you're on Amazon, you're probably like, you're not like, I'm looking for, the nicest bedding in the world. I'm not looking for like, Ritz-Carlton sheets.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
looking
you
for
just
like,
need sheets.
Yeah, I'm looking for sheets that are good, but that are, priced reasonably.
Right.
And so he is like, he's like, there will be another Amazon. He's like, but like, we don't know what that looks like today. And right now, Amazon is so dominant. We continue to lean in rather than lean out. And, that's one of the things that I also liked about what he said, which he was like, everyone's like, you need to diversify off of Facebook because it's your greatest like vulnerability. And that's true, but it's also your greatest strength. Mm-hmm. And so, this guy is like tripled and quadrupled and quintupled down on his greatest strength and said, vulnerability or not, I believe in Amazon. And if Amazon removes my product one day, yes, I will lose a ton of sales, but maybe so will Amazon.
Right.
And I'm just going to abide by the rules and win on price and quality. And like, we have high standards for price and high standards for high standards for quality and high standards for keeping a low price. And that's a win-win between Amazon and him.
Yeah. That's amazing. What a great story.
Yeah, it's these two brothers. I couldn't believe it. I was like,
he's probably a billionaire by now.
I think I would guess yes. The other thing that it makes me think is like when I hear stories like this on a personal note, I'm like, wow, the feeling of envy never leaves me.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy is making more money than I am and has more money. And I'm like, wow, I need to build a bigger business. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure if that's the right thing that I want in my life right now.
Right.
And but
like that feeling.
Yeah. Like, no, just like chasing, the next dollar.
Got
like
it.
chasing more and more money.
Yeah.
But like that feeling of envy is something that's very hard for me to control. Like when I see something like this, I'm like, wow, this, usually I'm like, I had all these, we had disadvantages or whatever it was.
Yeah.
This guy came to America less than 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Started a business 5 years after that. He was a consultant. He still has a Pakistani accent, and he has a $500 million business. And I'm like, that from a personal side, I'm both incredibly proud that a Pakistani can do this. And it inspires me, but also there's that little bit of envy that I wish I could get rid of internally.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to get rid of
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
You're just like, damn, what am I doing wrong?
Yes.
Or like, what are all the things that I'm doing wrong that this guy avoided? And why did he avoid it better than I avoided it?
Yeah. And it's also like, why couldn't that be me? Oh, my life would be so much better. It's even, I think your questions are better questions than the ones I ask myself. Your questions are like, how can I improve?
Sure.
Mine are like, oh man, not life is unfair, but like, fuck, I wish that was me.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I don't know why I still have that feeling and can't get rid of it. I thought by now, I'm closing in on 40. I made enough money where I don't need to worry about that really.
Yeah.
And I still have that like feeling, and I don't know how anyone ever gets rid of it.
I feel like you don't. Like, I think even interviews I've heard with billionaires, they're just like, they still have that too.
Yeah. I feel like
there's never enough.
Yeah. I think that's probably the reason they got to be billionaires.
Yeah.
And probably the reason they're kind of miserable.
Yeah. Agreed.
But I feel like you don't have that. I don't think that you feel like that way.
Yeah, well, sometimes I'm like, damn, why didn't my parents buy real estate 50 years ago
in San Francisco
or whenever they came,
or like in California?
Yeah, but then I'm also like, all right, well, this is like I always think, okay, this is, it's somewhat of an advantage to not have that, and I think also then I think, okay, well, my kids will be the ones that say, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Again, I think you like, the reason that like one of the reasons I love chatting with you is that you don't like, even the way you're framing it, you're like, I wish my parents had bought all this real estate, which
Yeah.
obviously makes a lot of sense. And then you're like, oh, my kids are going to be happy because I worked really hard.
Yeah.
I'm much more vicious and like jealous.
Yeah.
And that's a really bad emotion. And I thought making money would get rid of it when I see other people with money.
Right.
And I'm working to try and stop feeling that way. But it is like, I don't know how people stop feeling it. And it's hard. And like a lot of people I interact with, I can feel it towards me if they're like just starting out their business. And the reason I wanted to mention this is because I was like, I hope they start working on it much sooner than I started working on it. Because it's important, like, you're not going to be happy when you sell, like selling your business will give you the same moment of satisfaction that like, making out with a girl that you really like is going to get you, or having a fantastic dinner. Like it'll give you a day or a couple days of satisfaction. Like,
and then everything goes back to normal.
Yeah, and then everything goes back to normal.
Yeah.